So this is Kartik class 2024. We're continuing our discussion on Krishna KARNAMRITA from verse number 22, and we're finishing some points of purport where Ananta Babaji discusses the viewpoint of this verse, looking at it from the angle of a sadhaka, which is where we, of course, are at, because each of these verses can be seen from the Siddha platform of being a Sakhi directly in the Leela that is described in the verse, or you can see the verse from the viewpoint of a sadhaka. So Ananta Babaji shows these two angles of vision in his commentary. So here he says, this verse shows the unique eagerness a sadhaka has to have darshan of Krishna. The devotee is impatient to know where and how Krishna can be found. Like sometimes we tell devotees they should ask themselves, because we're always asking questions every day. What's for breakfast? Did you pack my lunch? What did you make for my lunch? Where are we going to eat dinner tonight? Let's go have Chinese food. This discussion is going on. So I suggest devotees ask three questions. Anyone know? Where are Radha and Krishna right now? What are they doing, and what am I doing to serve them, doing to please them? Three questions. What are they? Tell me.
Where are Radha and Krishna right now? What are they doing, and what can I do to serve and please them?
Thank you. She's our Shruti Dara. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati had a disciple named Ananta Vasudeva. He was a Bengali Brahmin and a genius. Ananta Vasudeva, he had a photographic memory. He had he's what they call Shruti Dara. Dara means to hold, and Shruti means to hear. Anything he heard he could hold in his brain forever. So they didn't have tape recorders in the old days, in the 1920s, but they had Ananta Vasudeva. So Bhaktisiddhanta would give a lecture, and all the sannyasis and devotees after the lecture throughout the day, they said, what was that lecture about? And he said, what part do you want to know? Beginning, middle, end. For the whole thing. He said, tell the whole thing. You would sit down and tell the whole lecture, word for word. He later became known as Puri Goswami, printed many books of the Gaudiya Sampradaya. He lived in Radhakund and Vrindavan, end of his life. So maybe you're coming in his line. That'd be good. And not Vasudeva or something. So let's see what he says more about this viewpoint of a sadhaka, eager to have darshan of Krishna. So who is the ideal devotee who has shown the topmost eagerness for darshan of Krishna? Who is the greatest devotee in the greatest devotee of Radha and Krishna in the last 500 years to show the supreme amount of eagerness to have darshan of Krishna?
Chaitanya.
Thank you. Somebody is to go to Vaishnava here. Gauranga Mahaprabhu became as a Bhakta and Bhagavan. Who else is Bhakta and Bhagavan? From Krishna Lila. Haridas Varya. Balaram was never called Haridas Varya. He's a great devotee, no doubt, of Krishna. He does all kinds of sevas in different forms and expansions, but he's not famous as the great Haridas. Who are the three famous Haridasas of the Bhagavatam? Who are the three famous? Who's the best one?
Giriraj.
Who's second best? Glad you answered that. Why is he second? Who are the three best Haridasas described in the Bhagavatam with the term Haridas? Haridas Yudhishthira, Haridas Uddhava, and Haridas Varya. Best one, Giriraj. So why is Uddhava a greater Haridas than Yudhishthira?
Uddhava came to gopis. Learn.
Uddhava hankers for Gopi Bhav. Asamaho Charana, you know that verse? Asamaho Charana Renuja.
Asamaho Charana Renuja Shamaham Syam. Bejur Mukha.
Vrindavane Kim Gumalato Shadinam.
Vrindavane Kimapi Gulmalato Shadinam. Bejur Mukha.
That's what I was saying. I forgot myself. Anyway, Uddhava prayed to the he was here and heard Brahma Gita from Radharani. Krishna singled him out and sent him to Vrindavan to meet Radharani and Yashoda Ananta. Understand the depths of the highest form of prema, which is Braja prema, most perfectly exemplified by Radharani's Divyam Mad Mahabhav, which Uddhava saw directly. When he saw it, he wanted it. He wanted to become a creeper, a bush, a bee, a berry, any kind of birth in Vrindavan, to get the dust of the feet of the gopis. Krishna didn't send Yudhishthira. He could have sent Yudhishthira to Vrindavan also. Yudhishthira was living at the same time as the gopis. So Uddhava by Ras. So when I asked the question, why is Uddhava the best Haridas? The proper answer was indirectly given because he went to the gopis. But the proper answer would be by Ras. What is the Ras of Yudhishthira?
Vatsalya.
Vatsalya and Dasya. What is the Ras of Uddhava? Sakya, hankering for Madhurya. So who is the Sakya that has Madhurya?
Subala.
Subal. Subal's Stairati is Sakyarati, but it's mixed with Madhurya-rati. Because he understands the mood and bhav of the gopis. And moreover, what does he look like? Which means what?
Golden.
Golden what? Golden nose or golden toes or what? Golden body. What color eyes?
Black, dark blue, Sham.
Sham. Not black, Sham. So what he becomes a good stand-in for Radharani. What color is Radharani's brother? This is an interesting idea.
Black.
Blue.
Sham.
Sham.
One said black, one said blue. The answer is Sham. Not black, not blue, Sham. Who is Sham color?
Uddhava.
Who are we talking about?
Krishna.
Sridham, who is Radharani's younger or older brother?
Older.
Okay. The biographical understanding. So, Mahaprabhu is the greatest devotee of Krishna, and we're talking about Lila Shuk Sadhaka Bhav in this verse. He's showing his eagerness to see Krishna. So obviously the commentator, Ananta said, Lila Shuk is eager. Who's more eager to see Krishna than Mahaprabhu? So then he starts describing the eagerness of Mahaprabhu to see Krishna. The commentaries by Ananta are famous because they're full of Shastra and they're very logical. The very logical arguments he presents. And they're all full of Ras also, because he always quotes all the Rasic Kavis, the Rasic, the aesthetic poets, the talented, tasteful poets of Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, and also outside of Sampradaya. whenever their poems are applicable to the Ras and Stairati being described in a verse, Ananta will quote the appropriate one, magically and perfectly. So Mahaprabhu was an interesting idea here that's often discussed by Gaudiya scholars. This is a verse from Chaitanya Charitamrita, which, what language was that written in? Bengali. So it's a Bengali book, but when he quotes Lord Chaitanya is speaking Hindi. Very interesting. Because most Bengalis, when they live in Vrindavan for a while, they start learning Hindi, obviously. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita Lila, where Krishna talks about Gambhira Lila, Lord Chaitanya and Gambhira in Kashi Mishra's house, Radhakan Mandir, which is in the same house as Gambhira. Basement room, the cave room, called Gambhira. Gambhira means deep, by the way, deep in secret. Where Chaitanya said, Kahan Karo Kahan Jan, Kahan Gita Krishna Pao. So this verse is a mixture of Sanskrit, Bengali, and Hindi. Kahan means where, which is Hindi, and Karo is Bengali, and Khan is the Hindi word for Krishna, and Galo is Bengali, and Pao is Bengali. So often scholars make a comment that even the great pundit Krishnadas Kaviraj couldn't escape the power of Hindi. Hindi crept into his Bengali Chaitanya Charitamrita when he's narrating Lord Chaitanya speaking. That means the Lord Chaitanya. My guru was telling me one day, because the book is in Bengali. He asked me a tricky question. He said, when Lord Chaitanya was speaking to the Tattvavadis, who are the Tattvavadis? Tattvavadis. The Tattvavadis are representatives of Madan Sampradaya. In South India, the Tattvavadis. I'm not talking about Mayavad, but Vaita. Prakashananda Saraswati was in Benares, these are Vaitin. It's Mayavad philosophy, impersonalism. But when he went to South India, he met representatives of Madan Sampradaya, the Udupi. Lord Chaitanya went to Udupi and he discussed with them. And the discussions are all in Bengali. So my teacher asked me, he said, do you think Lord Chaitanya discussed with the Tattvavadis in Bengali? Because the Tattvavadis don't speak Bengali, they speak Sanskrit and whatever, South Indian language they speak down, Telugu or whatever. Malayalam. So he said, the book is obviously written for a Bengali audience. So everything's written in Bengali, there's some Hindi sprinkled into it. It's very interesting when you hear scholars describe our books. You get a lot of different insights. My guru was a big pundit. He would play around with me sometimes. He said, you think they spoke Bengali? You think Maharaj spoke Bengali? Because in the book, there's so many speeches of Radharani and Chaitanya Charitamrita. Maharaj speaks Bengali. We just read Maharaj said it, we read it, we don't think so much. So these are some descriptions describe the eagerness of Mahaprabhu to have darshan of Krishna. Where shall I go? Where shall I go so I can see Krishna? Mahaprabhu used to cry in separation day and night, hankering to have darshan of Krishna in the Gambhira. His heart was always agitated with this anxiety. He was always absorbed in the mood of the Braja Gopis. Now, the poet Radha Mohan describes this separation. He's this poet Rahman in the mood, just displaying the mood the Lord Chaitanya have by describing the separation that the gopis are feeling. Oh, where's my prananath with his flute? Where's Chandamukha, Krishna? My treasure house of talents. Where's Sham, Ganasham, who is my most precious friend? Where is my prananath, who is more valuable than crores of comedies? Where is Krishna, who is anointed with kasturi and more cooling than millions of moons? Where is that nectar one who resembles a fresh cloud? In this way, like this, Mahaprabhu cried day and night and repeatedly fell unconscious. The poet Radhamohan is full of wonder at Mahaprabhu's viraha. What's the verse from Shikshastakam which describes the intensity of Radharani's viraha, which Lord Chaitanya was savoring in Gambhira? Okay, start again together. Yugaitam Nameshena, Chakshusha Pravishaitam, Shinaitam Jagasa, Govinda Viraha. Govinda Viraha. Separation, Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. We were also chanting that for the last 10 days. Govinda Viraha. We were doing separation for our Govinda. He was in South India. Preaching missions. Something. Preaching to the Yamadus to come back later. Don't come now, come back later. They'll come. They're on the way, but they got turned around. Not for long, but anyway. It's a show of love, basically. That's the bottom line. All actions are motivated by love, ultimately. Love or its counterpart. All actions are moving by hate or love. You love someone, you do so many things. You hate someone, you do so many things. So in the same way, Leela Shuk, Bilamangal Thakur, has fainted in separation from Krishna. The Vaishnavas who were associating with him at that time, about 800 years ago, brought Leela Shuk back to consciousness, telling him, you already had darshan of Radha and Krishna. Just start meditating on Krishna again. And then he replied to them with this verse, which is paraphrased here. This is verse 21. When he fainted in separation, his friends revived him. Then he spoke this verse to them. He said, okay, you say I should look for Krishna. I will go find Krishna, who is surrounded by the gopis, whose breasts are painted with leaf designs. I will enter Vrindavan, which is full of trees, full of leaves and blossoms. If I am qualified, please let me reside in Vrindavan. I shall move into the forest, and I will not look at any other form than that of Radha and Krishna, and only them I shall worship. So this verse, Ananta Babaji says, indicates his loyalty to the divine couple. Interesting, this concept of loyalty is very strong even in the spiritual world. And he quotes Baladev Vidyabhushan commentary on Vedanta Sutra, which is called Govinda Bhashya, 339. Those who worship Lord Sri Hari are the best or better than Devata worshippers. But those whose minds are absorbed in Brajendra Nanda and Sri Krishna are far better than those who worship Narayan. Sri Krishna is subjugated only by their profound love. So this state, what is the category of this statement of Baladeva devotion? Is this subjective or objective? He said, Krishna bhaktas are better than Narayan bhaktas. Is this true, or is this a fact or not?
It's subjective, I think.
Is it objective or subjective? Is it objective, irrefutable fact, or is it a personal viewpoint?
Subject, object. That's Lakshmi Devi.
What's he saying? What's he saying?
She's saying Narayana Bhakta have desires. Krishna Bhakta have desires.
That's pretty cool. Can have. Yeah, the people that go to Vaikuntha usually have some personal desire, which is described in Bhakti-Rasamrita Sindhu. Remember this concept? Seva, one's mixed with Seva Prapti Abhilas, and one is chapter 2. It's an interesting concept. You can go to Vaikuntha, you can go to the spiritual world even if you have this personal desires. Pretty interesting. Because generally you think, it's thought, that to go to the spiritual world you have to be a pure devotee. Pure devotee means free from all personal desire. Rupa Goswami, Nectar of Devotion, Bhakti-Rasamrita Sindhu, first part, second chapter, describes, and he quotes the Sanskrit terms there. Many people want to go to Vaikuntha to chill. They had desire, they want to live in a spiritual world. They want to go back to Godhead. That's a personal desire. They want to have a big house, gold palace. It's called Sharsti Mukti. Sharsti Mukti means have opulence like Bill Gates. Oh, Lord Vishnu. Vishnu. Bill Gates, Vishnu over here. Vishnu. So that's called Sharsti. You want a big house, big palace, you want lots of guards. So that's Sharsti. And then you want to have a cool form. You want a spiritual form like Vishnu. You want 4 arms, you want, look like Vishnu. That's called Surabhi Mukti. So all these forms of Mukti are tinged with personal desire. But it's personal, spiritual desire. But what is it? So like people can go to Vaikuntha with personal, individual desires. Or can you get to Vrindavan with any personal desire? So what is the refined? So you can have pure bhakti, a Vaikuntha form, and go to Vaikuntha with personal desire for wealth, opulence, big house, a spiritual form, or simply to live in the spiritual world. Many people in the world, you ask them what's the goal of your life, they'll say, I want to go back to Godhead. That's Salokya Mukti. That's a personal desire. But it's a personal spiritual desire. So you have to get praying to fulfill your desire. You have to do bhakti. Your bhakti has to be pure. But there's a tinge of personal desire. And that tinge is kicked out in the definition given by Rupa Goswami. The perfect definition of pure bhakti is given by Rupa Goswami, Bhakti-Rasamrita Sindhu. What is that definition? So Uttam Bhakti is the perfect definition, because it says there's not even a cent, not even a thread, not even a drop of personal ambition or desire. Even spirit, it's a good thing to want to go back home with God, don't get me wrong. The whole magazine at that time, it's a good thing. But you can't get to Vrindavan with that good thing. You have to be willing to take birth again and again. You have to be satisfied and desire to love. Love is the goal, not liberation. Prema is the goal, not mukti. Lord Chaitanya decried prema. Decried mukti. Prema Pumarta Mahan. Prema Pumarta Mahan, the great goal, the great objective, art. Prema Pumart, Pumsartha, the greatest goal, objective for human being, person, is prema, not mukti. It's revolutionary. Because every Vaishnava Acharya, the founder of all Vaishnava Sampradayas, they preach mukti. Madhva Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, Vishnu Sampradaya, all the four Sampradayas preach mukti. Only the Gaudiya Sampradaya preaches prema. Here, there, anywhere, prema. Like I tell you a joke, my Delhi joke. In other words, if you have love, you can go anywhere. What's the verse from Chaitanya, from Shikshastikam, where Lord Chaitanya is describing the philosophy I'm discussing? I'm describing that the goal is prema and seva Krishna. Nadanam. I just want Bhagavad Bhakti. I want service and love of Krishna, here, there, anywhere. He says, I don't want Dhanam. Dhanam means I don't want Sharsti Mukti. What is Sharsti Mukti?
Opulence like Krishna.
Vishnu. Krishna's opulence is prema. The desire to have spiritual opulence, have a big gold house. People are like that now, they get money by a big gold house. So they have a big gold house by Kunda, Sharsti Mukti. So Lord Chaitanya is adamantly preaching that. Love is the goal. So I'll tell you a story. So Lord Chaitanya is saying, I don't care where I am if I have love. If I pray and say around Krishna, I'm happy. So I was in Delhi once. After class, I gave Ananta class. I told a story about 10,000 times. I like it so much. A group of, what do you call it? IYF, student bhaktas, sat around the asana. Guys asked me questions. Everyone's looking at me. And there's a big temple in Delhi, and many people coming for darshan at 9 o'clock in the morning. And so one guy was looking, everyone's looking at me, I'm looking at them. One guy was not looking at me, he was looking behind me. Like really, his eyes were going like. He was stunned. And I was looking at everybody, and he's looking like over there. I said, what's he looking at? I look at this girl. This 20-year-old Punjabi girl, long black hair, you know. When Punjabis are young, they can be pretty attractive. You know, so he was lost. So I said, excuse me. I said, look, if you keep staring at her, you're going to go to hell. He's a very smart guy, you know. He said, I don't mind if she's going there. I don't mind if I can take her with me. I said, Baba too. Which means let it be. I bless you. May you go, take her and go to hell. Get rid of one nonsense Brahmachari and one less Mahanidhi. But we're not interested. We'll take birth after birth. Janmi, Janmi, Bhavatan. He said, Janmi, Janmi. The Shikshastikam is a very important prayer, which my students should memorize by now. Now, where do we go? Because anyone who's lived in ISKCON temple knows it by heart. That's a good thing. They always chant it. But most of my students are all grihastas or living outside. They never live in the temple. We don't have any temple, like formal program really. So, but it's unlimitedly powerful prayer. You can preach all the time is there. But who spoke it? It's the only thing he spoke. Actually, he spoke a lot of things more. The whole book collected. Grung Gita's whole quotation. Anyway. Sorry. So let's read the purport. Go on. So this verse 21 proves the loyalty of Leela Shuk's divine couple, which we were discussing. So Rupa Goswami is telling, so the answer is this subjective or objective? Because Baladevi devotion is simply repeating what he learned from Rupa Goswami. So to say that worshippers of Krishna are higher than worshippers of Narayana is subjective. Because one person made a comment, because Lakshmi left Narayana. Why? Because she was attracted to Krishna's flute and wanted to find out what's he playing so ecstatically about, and came to find out and saw the rasa dance. And she thought, let me go there. And she got stopped. Hey, you can't get in. She said, no, look, I'll look like a gopi. You may look like a gopi, but you ain't a gopi. You don't have bhav. You have siddha but not siddha bhav. So it's not good enough to have siddha. Siddha bhav is the most important thing. Even Lakshmi had siddha. She had a female form, but she didn't have the bhav of Mantri. She didn't have the bhav of a gopi bhav. So important, this idea that's called Leela, of Lakshmi being denied entrance to Rasa and denied intimacy with Krishna, is to prove the importance of developing bhav, gopi bhav. Siddha, you can make up your own siddha. This book itself, Srangaranga the Tika, verse number 2, Krishna Maharaj comments, he said, even if you haven't attained the stage of Bhava Bhakti, which Siddha will be given or revealed by Krishna directly, you can design or meditate or create your own Siddha. He says, it's parikalpya. In his commentary, the Sanskrit word is parikalpya, which means manufacture, create, design. So, I'll give you a blank piece of paper with complexion, name, say you fill the blanks and have your own Siddha knowledge. Tag it on the wall and meditate on it. That's called Siddha. So, okay, they worked if you get the bhav. Krishna will reciprocate. You can see third canto Bhagavatam, chapter 9, verse 11, for proof of that idea. That whatever Siddha you meditate on, that you'll attain. 3.9.11, in Vishwanath Chakravarti's commentary. So this is an objective statement because our Mahajanacharya, Rupa Goswami, is telling this in Bhakti-rasa Sindhu. And probably if you look up that verse, he's citing from different Puranas. So Krishna is superior to Narayan for what reason? They're the same in Tattva. Vishnu Tattva, they're both Vishnu, Narayan and Krishna are both Vishnu Tattva. What is the superiority of Krishna? Rasa. What rasa is Narayan in? That's his bhav. What's his stairati? He has Madhurya Rati. He has Madhurya Rati with Lakshmi. What type? Swakiya bhav. Rules and regulations, formality. Krishna also has Madhurya Rati. So we say it's the difference in ras. What's the ras? The ras is a mixture of 5 bhavas. Makes rasa. So one bhava is stairati. So they both have the same stairati. But all the other bhavas are not available in Vaikuntha. All the different bhavas, a small spectrum of all the bhavas, sanchari bhavas, are present in Vaikuntha. The full spectrum, unlimited the amount, Sudipta, what's it called? Sudipta, Satvik Vikars, only available in Vrindavan, only with the form of Krishna. So Krishna shows the most panoramic and kaleidoscopic variety of bhavas and rasas in the form of Krishna Vrindavan with the gopis. So for that reason he's superior. And also 4 other reasons why Krishna is superior to Narayan.
Madhurya, Leela Madhurya, Rupa Madhurya, Venu Madhurya, Prema Madhurya.
Venu Madhurya, Rupa Madhurya, Leela Madhurya, Prema Madhurya.
Leela Madhurya. Krishna alone, however, Krishna alone cannot steal the hearts of devotees who worship Radha Krishna. So if someone just worships Krishna, where's an example of that? Madhva Sampradaya, although we're vaguely connected, we're connected to Madhva Sampradaya because of Diksha, Advaita Prabhu, and Nityananda Prabhu. They're initiated by devotees from Madhva Sampradaya. There's only because of Diksha connection, there's some similarity, Madhva Sampradaya and Gaudiya Sampradaya. Otherwise, they're totally different. Ishtadevata is different. They worship Krishna Vaikuntha. We worship Radha Krishna Vrindavan. Their method of bhajan is Vaidhi sadhana. Our method of bhajan, Raganuga bhajan, Raganuga sadhana. Our holy dham is Udupi and Vaikuntha. Our holy dham is Bhoma Vrindavan and Goloka Vrindavan. A Prakrita Vrindavan and a Prakrita Vrindavan. And so everything is different. They think Radharani is an Apsara. We think Radharani is the origin of all Shaktis. Sarva Shakti Mai Radharani. Madhvacharya, Madhva's followers say Radharani is a deity from heaven. Lord Chaitanya is a sadhu, Bengali sadhu. There was a lot of differences between Madhva Sampradaya. You look up on the net. Everywhere you find any net site of Madhva Sampradaya, they completely deny any connection to the Gaudiya Sampradaya. But our Kavi Karnapur and Baladev Vijayabhushan in their writings, and Bhakti Siddhanta and others, Bhakti Vedanta, always show the connection of the Madhva Sampradaya with the Gaudiya Sampradaya. Therefore, we're known as what? Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. Well, it's interesting. A lot of debate about these subjects on the internet. But we know what we are. Well, what is it? There's one book. What is that book? Fifth Sampradaya. Bhakti Ratnakar. Bhakti Ratnakar was written about 17th century. By the time of Lord Vishnu Chakravarti. Narahari Chakravarti. Narahari Chakravarti wrote the book Bhakti Ratnakar. You must have read it. In there he describes 500 years ago when Vaishnavas, especially Bengalis, would see people coming down the street that were followers of Lord Chaitanya. They say, here comes the Nimai Sampradaya, the fifth Sampradaya. This is a sloka from Bhakti Ratnakar. Fifth Sampradaya, Nimai Sampradaya. But there's some verse which is also debated by scholars because they can't find it in the old editions. But there's some verse in Padma Puran in new editions over the last few hundred years. But in the oldest edition, the verse is not there. But it said, in the age of Kali, there's only 4 bona fide Vaishnava Sampradayas. What are they? Brahma Sampradaya, Sri Sampradaya, Ruja Sampradaya, Kumara Sampradaya. Kumara Sampradaya is Nimbark, Hansavatar, Ruja Sampradaya, and like that. So we're Brahma Sampradaya. So this verse, but the biggest scholars in Gaudiya Sampradaya say you can't find this verse. But this verse is quoted by the 6 Goswami. They quote this verse. So we follow the 6 Goswami, we accept it. So therefore, we can't beat the drum, although in our ego, we feel we're the 5th Sampradaya. But if anybody asks us, we won't tell them. You had the ego that this is my husband, but it's actually your boyfriend. Your husband's somebody else. On paper, and legally, you're married to Mr. X, but your ego is Mr. Y is your husband. So our ego is, we're the fifth samurai. We don't need Brahma. We don't need Madan. We have Chaitanya, we have Radharani, we have Krishna. But to get into the party, hey, where's your ID? Oh, Brahma Madan. Brahma Madan? Okay, Brahma's there, okay. Brahma's there, okay, again. Brahma, I heard Brahma. Bhagavat's in Brahma. You don't have to say Brahma. Why do you say Brahma? Brahma is good. What's it good yet? What's good? Hey, don't. Oh, Brahma, okay. So Brahma Mother will get us in the door. That's the only reason we're. Because I asked my Gurudev this question. I said, can't we just say we're Nimai Sampradaya? Because I'm the kind of guy that likes to make waves, you know. I like to ride waves and make waves. So I said, can't we just say we're fifth sampradaya? He said, no. He's a pundit, and he quoted all the shastras, which I repeated just now. He said, officially, if anybody said, what sampradaya are you guys in? We tell them. But just between you and me, between the inside scoop is that we're worshippers of Gauranga Mahaprabhu Radharani and Krishna. Jai Jai Sri Radhe. Is everybody okay with this? This Kali Yuga, there has to be fights now. There has to be a few good fights going on all the time. You said this, I said this. There's two things. Fighting is the opposite of laughing. So the antidote for Kali Yuga is laugh as much as you can. The antidote for Kali Yuga is to laugh as much as you can. Otherwise you're going to caught in a whirlpool of hatred. Envy, hatred, fighting, arguing, gossiping, this, that, or you can't swim if you're stuck in a whirlpool. So don't get stuck in a whirlpool of Kali Yuga. But Gopal Goswami described his commentary in this verse that Lila Shuk is engrossed, absorbed in the sweet mood of worshiping Krishna. He expressed his loyalty in this verse. Humble devotees always pray, wherever they may be born, may their minds always be absorbed in Krishna and not in sense objects. Then he quotes a verse from Vidyapati. Oh Krishna, may my mind always be fixed on you. Whatever happens according to my karma, I may be born as a human being, a beast, a bird, an insect, or a worm. I only pray that my mind may be fixed only on you. Even Krishna's eternal associates, like Nanda Maharaj, has also prayed in the end of Brahma Gita, 10th canto, chapter 47, verse 69. This is Nanda Maharaj speaking, replying to Uddhava. Nanda Maharaj was full of grief being separated from Govinda, because Govinda was a Mathura, and Uddhava came from Mathura with messages and news about Krishna. So, in a very humble mood, Nanda Maharaj prayed to Uddhava, Dear Uddhava, due to my karma, by Bhagavan's wish, we may be born in any species of life. Wherever we may go, may our minds be absorbed in Krishna. That's funny. Uddhava is, of course, the eternal father of Krishna. Excuse me, Maharaj is the eternal father of Krishna. But he's feeling himself human like Leela. So he's feeling, I'm just a lucky coward boy who had got to adopt Krishna as my son and to look after him on behalf of Vasudeva, my cousin brother from Mathura. But in my next life, I hope I can be with Krishna. So Uddhava is hearing this. Uddhava knows all the tattva, hear all the tattvas from Brihaspati directly. So he's being amazed. We must understand that the king of Braj, Nanda Baba, is praying in all humility only because he's so sad in separation. Otherwise, the eternal associate of Krishna would never have to pray like this. Nanda Maharaj and other coward men, their eyes were full of tears of profound love for Krishna. In the same way, Leela Shuk is praying this verse out of humility due to separation. He's saying, no matter what happens to me, I may become a beggar or I may be absorbed in material life, but I only want to worship Krishna. Because this is from his biography. Because before Bilwanga came to Vrindavan, he was absorbed in material life. He was regularly seeing a prostitute, and she gave him good advice to go to Vrindavan and look for Krishna. And now he's fearing that maybe I'll slip back into becoming a materialist sense enjoyer. I don't know what's going to happen to me. I may become a beggar. I may become a rich material enjoyer. But no matter what position I'm in, I only want to worship Krishna. So that's the end of verse 22. We'll go on to verse 23. Sanskrit, I like it in this other book. This is verse 23. Sadam Sridhir Amitayamaner Atayamaner Murli Ninade Murdavi Shiktam Marakritinam Balam Kada Nama Viloka Yeshe. Leela Shuk prays, when will I see that youthful Krishna, the unchallenged king of those who are, he's a king, undefeatable king of anyone who is exquisitely beautiful. When shall I experience, along with Krishna's darshan, the flooding nectar sound of his flute? His flute is endowed with the topmost musical embellishments. Ni Nod. Nod means sound, Ni means a special sound. Murli Nod means the sound of the Murli. But he says Ni Nod, Ni means very special types of sound. Special alankars and ragas and all different things. Krishnangi will know more about all this music stuff. He's a professional flute player and musician also. Murli Nod, Ni Nod, special. So he wants to have, he's praying, Kada, 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 when? When will I see Krishna, that most handsome, beautiful, attractive person among all attractive? He's a king of all attractive, beautiful people, personalities. And I want to see him and hear him. I want to see him and hear him playing flute, artistic flute playing. Because Krishna is known for two things: exquisite beauty and virtuosity in flute playing. So if someone's a great musician and you go have their darshan, what will you say? Sing. Or play music. Like if Krishnangi came here for a couple hours, I say, do you have your flute? He said, yeah. Can you play for Giraj? Like one friend of mine, she has to play sitar. So I said, can you come and play sitar for Giraj? So she came with her parents, with a sitar and some friends, and one girlfriend dressed up as Krishna, and one girlfriend dressed up as Radharani, and she played sitar ragas, and they both performed rasa dance for Giraj. And I watched. They were a little shy, because they were only about 15 years old. They were young girls. So I sit out on the veranda, sat out here with the parents, looking through the door, and the girls and everybody's inside playing sitar, and the two girls were dancing. One dressed as Krishna, but top knot. She had long hair on top. I was looking through the walls of the country. We're out here red. They were going crazy inside. 45 minutes rasa dance. It was fantastic. So like that, Lila Shuki wants to have darshan of Krishna, but that's not all. I want to hear your flute playing. Who wouldn't? Would you like to hear? Yeah, she's playing all the time. But let's see the other translation here. Krishna's flute showers nectar song that permeates everywhere with an extremely rich rag and tan. This translation is mixed with commentary. This is what nod means sound, but ni means special sound, which means rag and tan. And then it says here, arrangement of notes and tune. Footnote what these words mean. When will I see that teenage chief of all sweet beings? This translation is interesting. Okay, so let's hear the commentary tomorrow. Verse 22. Jai Jai Sri Radhe.